welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a tutorial to show you how to make printable art for free with Canva. Now, I use the free version, so 100% you can absolutely do this with the free version as well. So we're into Canva. If you haven't seen my previous video, which shows you how to go through Creative Market and Etsy and find clip art and graphics and things to use, but in the correct way, because you can't just go and go onto Google and download images as and when you see them, because that is illegal. You can't do that. Please don't steal someone else's image. So today just make sure that in your head you have a rough idea of some designs that you want to make, and you have the whereabouts as to where your new downloaded graphics and clip art are. Because I don't know about you, but my computer storage is huge and I lose things. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you, I lose things all the time. So make sure that you have them. I have them here so I can see them. And let's get started. So for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to be pretending, if you like, that I have a new printable art shop that sells very little girly prints for their room. So I'm going to be doing very pink, very purple, very sparkly. As you could see by the unicorn graphics, very kind of girly. So I'm going to be using an A4 sizing. So I know that a lot of you out there will want to, create different versions and different sizes, and that's absolutely fine with Canva. You can totally do that. So we're on the Canva's homepage. I am logged into my account, and I just typed in A4, and it comes up with this. You click it, it takes you to the blank page, which is literally where you can start your design. So exciting. So straight off the bat on the left-hand side, if you've never used Canva before, here's a quick rundown. So on the left-hand side, there is a main menu here. Templates here. Now, by all means, scroll through, have a little look, get some inspiration. You do not, though, have to keep them the way they are. These are fully editable. That's a long editable. Is that even a word? You can edit them, basically. So don't worry about having to keep, little elements exactly how they are. You can totally change things. You can put in photographs here. Now, guys, for printable art, I don't think you can use these. So to stop you from being tempted, I wouldn't use the photos on here, because I don't think you could use them commercially, to profit from. Elements and things like that here. Again, I would probably, if you are using Canva to create printable art to sell, I would steer clear from the graphics that are included, purely because I do not think that they are catered for or have the correct license for a high amount of commercial use. Text, however, is fine, I believe. Make sure to check again. Background, again, I wouldn't perhaps use that. You can certainly upload your own graphics, which is what we're going to be doing now. So head to your place where your graphics have gone. And for the purposes of today, I think I'm going to be using this one because he's cute. Literally click and drag, pop him over there, wait for him to upload. It might be quite quick as well. There's a little bar here. You can also click and drag that on whilst it's loading, but it might be a little bit fuzzy until it's finished doing its thing. And you can move it. The great thing about Canva is it has these little lines and boxes and things which tells you when it's in the middle. So that is slap bang in the middle of the print. Now, you can also do a lot of other things. So you can filter, so you can make it look slightly different if you fancy changing the colours, making it more intense. So go back to there, go back to there. That's quite a nice colourway. I think I'm going to keep that. You can adjust the the tint, so kind of change the overall colourway, which for this particular type of clip art is actually making it look completely different, which is wonderful. The great thing about this as well is that you can completely change variations depending on the colourway of, a specific child's room, something like that. You can click and drag this all the way over here to make it more blue, or all the way over here to make it more sort of reddy pinky. So I think we're going to keep it like that. I quite like that. You can also blur him, which makes my eyes go completely funny, so I'm not going to do that. You can just go through and completely just change a lot of things. So you can go and make him brighter, make him darker, all these things that you can do. You can crop him as well, which I mean I'm not going to do, but if you just do that, click and drag him, you can crop him in. You can flip him over or flip him upside down, but we're going to keep him the way he was. You can also duplicate what you've done, so you make 2, but obviously I don't want to do that right now. You can position it so you can align it to the top or the left or the center of the page. And if you have different layers, which Canva does operate in layers, which is fantastic, you can bring it to the front or put it to the back. You can also edit the transparency of the item as well, and all the things like that. You can also delete it and all that type of things as well here. So it's really, really good that Canva works in layers like Photoshop, because basically you can layer things up. So let's say that you have, you know, another little bit of clip art. So let's say we want to use this butterfly border, click and drag it, but we want to layer it. We want to, you know, make sure that it's not obscuring. Now, see what I've done, a little lesson there, guys. What I've done is that I've actually layered it on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop him back to where he was and make sure to click off of the existing image and click and drag, because otherwise if you don't, it will just replace this image here. So just to demonstrate the position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to reduce that. So you can kind of see that it's making it very layered, and you know, if I click and drag him, he can go all over the place. Okay, so for now though, I think I'm going to keep it relatively simple. By all means you can layer graphics and create a really beautiful print, but I think I'm going to create a more like a quote print today. So go over to the text area here. You can add a heading, subheading, body text, whatever. I just usually use a heading because it's bigger and I can actually see it. Now you can change fonts. There is hundreds of fonts. If you know the font name, you can type that up here. Now, as we're using a very girly, very childlike sort of aesthetic here, I am going to maybe that one. No, that's a bit too harsh. Oh my goodness, I could literally go through all day and pick these fonts. I'm going to go for that one. That's pretty enough. That's lovely. And I think I'm going to make this a different colour. You can also change the sizing here, but to be honest, I just use these little click and drag things here. The great thing about Canva is that everything is click and drag, and I love it. So you can change the colour. If you don't see your colour here, don't worry. You can click there and you can do any colour that you fancy. So I'm going to go for like a dark pinky reddy kind of colour. There, that's ultimate girly, that is. You can also change the fact if it's bold, italics, the alignment, uppercase, lowercase. So that's very handy as well if you accidentally type things in uppercase or lowercase. You can do bullet points. You can also adjust the spacing. Sorry about my emails going off, guys. You can also adjust the spacing and things there as well. That makes it more girly. You can just type in your quote. Well, not a quote, more like a cute little kind of saying or something like that, depending on what your shop is going to be. So guys, basically that is a very, very basic kind of introduction to Canva. Now, the only thing with the free version, which is quite annoying sort of thing, is that you can't change the dimensions straight from this page unless you are on the pro version. So if you think that's going to be annoying for you, now let me just show you how much it is. Maybe I don't know how much it is. Let's just do a little bit of Canva pricing. There we go, so it's $12.95 a month. So it does give you a lot more accessibility. It gives you more free photos if you're making other like social media graphics and things like that. This is the thing that I find is the most pain when it comes to, you know, making printable art and things like that. So the only thing with the free version is that you will literally have to come back and let's say you want to do an A5 version. You can also create a custom size. So if there's not an A5 or an A3 or anything like that, you can by all means create your own custom size. But it does kind of mean, I mean, let's just for argument's sake say that that's the sizes. You can totally Google this and find it out. But it does mean that you literally have to go through and make your design again. So if this is something that you're going to be doing, you know, a lot of, I would 100%, you know, recommend getting the pro version so that you can just resize this rather than, you know, having to make it over and over again. But if you're just starting out, by all means, guys, you don't have to offer 3 or 4 different sizes in your listings. You can just literally offer the one. So just offer an A4. And don't forget as well, as if you have Photoshop, if you download this as a JPEG or a PNG, you can totally resize it in Photoshop or any other image manipulation software. So we have our print here. You want to go up here. Now, I would 100% recommend, you know, doing it in a high quality image, JPEG, PDF. I would recommend downloading them, you know, in all 3. And the reason is that sometimes you may get a message from a customer basically saying, okay, I need it in this file, I'm not quite sure what it's called, extension, instead of PNG or JPEG or PDF or anything like that. So definitely consider downloading them in all 3. I'm going to go on to PNG just for argument's sake. Preparing your design, and depending on your internet it may take a little while, and there you have it. We have our printable all done. So guys, in the next video I'm going to show you how to list a digital download on Etsy. It's more difficult than you think it is, so stay tuned for that one. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all, and I shall see you guys very soon. Bye.